selling out all the secrets. I don't know.
Exactly. Hi, Bob.
Hi,
Just
Bob.
got that one tape with that one episode on it.
And it burned up.
Treksploration.
Hello, and welcome back to Treksploration. I'm Albie.
And I'm Chris, and it's very smoky over there. What's going on? Is everything all right on the station?
I've had some technical issues. Things are exploding, rocks are falling from the ceiling. Um, but I don't get my maintenance check until Tuesday, so
Well, it's grand Starfleet tradition. Why should you be any different? You're no better than Starfleet. How dare
no
you
better
even
than
suggest
Starfleet.
it? How
But I'm
dare you
independent.
even intimate that?
I'm
Making
independent.
sure my phone is on silent.
Ooh, yeah,
You don't want to
good
hear
idea.
my phone is always blowing up just when I don't want it to.
Well, the person making it blow up is on recording right now anyway.
That's
so-
true. Yeah, you're usually responsible for about 90% of the blowing up. So,
Woo. Hello. We are talking
Hey.
about Star Trek Con Episode 3. Do your worst.
Do your worst.
It was written by, let me see if I can do it this time, Kirsten Beyer and David Mack, based on a story by Nicholas Meyer, directed by Fred, damn it, Green. We'll say Green. We'll Americanize him.
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse. He's
Greenhouse.
part Klingon. Greenhouse.
No, I think it's like Greenhouse. Greenhouse.
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse.
All right.
Like with the Z, the zh. Like he's got zhuzh.
Zhuzh. I zhuzh sometimes.
You think that we would know how to say it since they say it every episode, and he's also a
Do
producer.
they say it at the end? They say it at the
Yeah,
end, but
yeah,
then there's
they
so
say it at the
many
end.
names, and it's like, person who brought the sandwiches. It's like, wow, that's a lot of credits. You don't
I
normally,
aspire to be the person who brought the sandwiches.
dude, as long as they order an extra one for me to eat on the way, right? You always got to order the extra large fry through the drive-through so you have something to eat when you're driving home, because otherwise you show up and there's no fries and you're like, oh, dude, I don't know what happened. And you got salt and grease on your chin.
See, I can't go through the drive-through.
No rope. No doorman.
rope. No doorman. No martini.
No martini. There's no martini drive-through.
No martini at the drive-through. No.
During the lockdown, they had drive-through alcohol.
They
That was
had
something.
you could pick it
Maybe
up,
only
but
in Florida.
there was no drive-through. Yeah, no. They had it here where they were actually able to give you drinks and everything to go. No more on that. But
you had a promise, don't drink it while you're driving, right?
Right, I guess so. Yeah, it was a thing for a little while, and there are some places like if you can get like some places. One place that I know of, and this was years ago, if you got they had like a special, so you could literally get like 2 bottles of wine for almost nothing. And you would drink like maybe a little bit of the first one. So they would put that in a bag and seal it for you so that you could take it with you. And the second one remained unopened. So it was okay. But they actually had like a whole contraption where they would seal it with this bag with a lot of like glue up top. So
Wow,
technically I guess you're not carrying an open container
nice. They
if you
figured
get
it
pulled
out.
over. Yeah.
You just
so-
got to keep one of those in your front seat. Hold on, I'm vacuum sealing it. One second, officer.
Not that
Okay,
we're advocating drinking and driving.
not at all. I don't do
No.
that.
No.
I don't do that. I have within the same week, but
Call an
usually
Uber.
like 5,
Call an
7
Uber.
days
It's
apart.
safer.
Yeah. Ron Popeil. So, my question to you is, did they do their worst in this episode?
Yeah, I have thoughts. I don't know
What are
about
your
their
thoughts?
worst, but I don't know if
No.
it was their best.
It was something.
It was a show. It certainly was an audio drama.
Yes. It's weird because this seems like an audiobook and we're like reviewing it a chapter at a time. So
I
it's
guess
hard.
so.
Yeah.
And I'm
it
not
seems
going to
like
say. I mean, maybe it sounds like I'm already prejudging and dumping on the episode. Nothing of the kind. Nothing of the kind. So,
But,
should we do this the synopsis, or do we have any news before we get into all this? I feel like we usually have a little bit of something beforehand, but I haven't seen a darn thing. I did see an article. What was it? I'll remember it. There was a nice interview with
Remember.
Naveen Andrews on Trek Movie.
Was there? I missed
did-
it.
Yeah, I didn't read that one, but I meant to. I should have probably. I'll read it before
That
the
would have been a
next
good one.
episode, though. Yeah, I probably should have, but I read another one, and I've been listening to the Decon Chamber a lot too. So I
Oh,
just
cool.
heard Jeffrey Combs do an appearance
Oh, love him.
with Dominic and Connor,
I got to catch up.
and talking about Shran
I think
Man.
I think the last decon I watched was Christina Chong. It's her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Christina Chung. So there you go.
Yay. She's a
Well,
great
it's her birthday
dancer,
as we record this.
great singer. As we
Yes.
record this, internet investigators might be able to
Uh
figure it out when we're recording this.
Just so that we don't appear to be inaccurate when we're actually
Yes.
dropping this.
It was
So,
currently accurate in the past.
yes, at some point. It will
Well,
have
happy
been
birthday.
accurate.
It will have had been.
Yes, it will have had been accurate at some point.
Well,
So,
that's good news we had that you almost read an article.
I did read an article, and I'm trying to remember what it was about. It was pretty interesting, but it was
Hmm,
early this morning.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. So that was at least 12 hours ago, at least. No, more than that, more like 16 hours ago.
Wow.
Anyway, anyway, so
Anyway.
this is my way to turn people off to our podcast slash YouTube show
If you
with my
want the
big
latest news about us reading the news and forgetting the news, this is the place to be.
what I love is that I interrupted the flow of the show to say, "Hey, don't we have stuff to talk about?" And then I almost remembered that there was something to talk about, but I didn't really quite get there. So,
I think I sent you links here and there from different articles that popped up, but nothing seemed like, oh my goodness, maybe we'll deal with that in a couple days and have a news segment. But I think after the whole like weekly drops of Strange New Worlds and us going crazy Strange New Worlds, it's just like chilling right now, kind of resting. You know, I'm
yeah,
sitting down on that bench, going Chris Wade up, and catching my breath and just enjoying Con.
I hear you. I hear
Con!
you. I hope you're a little bit more relaxed than when you were sitting on that bench yelling Chris Wade up. I was worried about you.
I feel better. My fracture healed.
Oh, that's good.
Before we talk about this episode, would you like to give us one of your amazing episode recaps for season 1, episode 3? I'm hoping it's a season 1 of Star
Wait,
Trek Con, the audio
I
drama.
I remembered what I read. You might not like it.
Uh-oh.
It was just an interview with Marina, and she said
Oh,
that the chances of the next gen cast getting back together ever again is 0 to none.
I believe it.
So,
I think after they ended Picard season 3, perfect ending, we'll take it. And it's a wrap.
there you go.
Doesn't leave me wanting more, you know? And I think they're at that age where they're all being a beep chair if they do something else, right?
And now I recall the circumstance under which I read this. I was just, going through my phone at work, and that's why, and it was in between stuff, and I said, "Ooh, there's a thing with, Marina. Let me see what it says," and she's like, "Yep, you're never gonna see us again. Bye." What does Rennie say? "Okay, peace out,
Peace
bye."
out, bye. Okay, peace out, bye. um, yeah, I'm okay with it. I think they did good.
I
I
think
think they
so as
get the
well.
rest now, you know?
Oh, right, they get to go to their forefathers in Valhalla.
Yes. We might see more Will Wheaton because he was
Uh,
young when they started, so he's got another decade in him, probably 2,
yeah,
that he
well,
could do something.
he's already done Prodigy, so
Yeah. Spoilers. He's the new doctor.
dun, dun,
Dun dun
dun.
dun. That's worth watching. Yeah, yeah. Marina's so nice. Met her a few times, and she always remembered Serenity's name. So she's got a crazy good memory. I
Well,
don't
that's
know if
good.
it's at the level of who are we talking about the other day?
Mary
I
Lou
don't have
Henner.
that memory thing. Who?
Mary Lou
Mary Lou
Henner's got
Henner.
that
Yes.
memory they have that
I don't
memory.
know if it's that level, but Serenity's a beautiful girl. But for her to remember her name, that's something.
It is a unique name.
I
I
guess that's true.
I
Maybe
can
not at
almost
a sci-fi
guarantee
convention though.
yeah,
I'm
I
sure
can
there's a
almost
bunch.
guarantee I would almost guarantee that's the only Serenity Marina Sirtis has ever met.
Aw. So
Sirit
yeah,
Sirtis,
she's.
did I say it right?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
And you've met her.
Yeah, I've met her a few times. She's a great person. Really, she's got moxie. Let me tell you.
I think that kid's gonna make it. She's got moxie.
Yeah, she made it. She made it. Love everything about her. Love everything about her. Yeah. Time gets us all, But if that thing that's de-aging monkeys now is going to de-age humans, then I'm all for like a season 8. I'll take it. You know, if they all get cured and they're all back like they're in their 30s, life
So
would be
it's
amazing.
it's it's almost like they go to the insurrection planet,
Exactly. Or
right?
find the follicle in the hairbrush.
So they got yeah, and they have a perfect in-universe explanation as to why they're all 30 again,
Yeah,
right?
I'll take it.
So and then they bring everybody from all the previous series there. Even Kirk's corpse from the, whatever that station is, that top secret station.
Yeah, the top secret one.
Yeah,
And
that had
Archer's there too.
was he there? I
Yeah.
think that's a lie. I think
Most things are.
Archer's buried and stayed on the planet Babel,
Babel
somewhere, after he did
somewhere.
the Captain President show. I'm Captain President, Archer, thank you very
I
much.
can't wait for Captain President show. That's going to be great.
That or audio drama, I'll take either.
Yeah, yeah. Who else said that? The people at Virtual Trek Con, Ryan T. Husk and all those people. They were talking about wanting different, more audio dramas because they were so impressed by this one. And the first thing they mentioned is like what we mentioned, Enterprise.
Yes, very nice. Should I put on
Yeah,
the hat? Should I put on the hat?
always.
Okay, then.
I almost wore my hat,
Gonna have the
but then
hat for the rest of the episode now. You mentioned
but then
Enterprise, so I had to put
I
it
was having a good hair day, so I figured I'd skip the hat. Wait till you see my hat.
oh, I can't wait to see your hat. Free hat, free hat, free hat.
Free hat, free hat, free hat. How things are misinterpreted.
I tell you. Shall we get
All
to the
right.
synopsis?
The synopsis, the wonderful, amazing synopsis that helps me remember what happened because I only listened to it twice today. I enjoyed it, but I want to know the specifics because I got confused. But I think when I'm listening to this, I'm face blind, so this helps.
All right, then. Dr. Rosalind Lear is aboard the Excelsior, still in orbit around SETI Alpha
Excelsior!
5.
This
She
is
is
City Alpha 5!
listening to audio of Khan, but there seems to be an omnipresent patter of rain. She pauses the tape and calls Tuvok to ask, what gives? Tuvok explains that a micro-meteor shower is hitting the ship, and Captain Sulu ordered the shields to minimum. He finds the noise comforting. Lear uses this as an excuse to complain, of course, because that seems to be what this character was built to do. But as she resumes Khan's recording, he too talks about, listen to the rhythm of the falling rain. It has been 15 years since rain has fallen on SETI Alpha 5. Khan is speaking to Marla's memory about Joachim and how he uses his grief of the loss of his father and so many others to fuel him. He is asked to hear the story of Richter again, and we leave the episode's second framing device to pick up where we left off at the end of episode 2. Khan has found Richter in the woods, but Richter is going batty. He complains that there is something in his head and he hears constant screaming. He's having bouts of terror mingled with calm fugue-like states. Khan is able to pacify him briefly, and they set out for the settlement. But when they come across a huge snake, Richter freaks and climbs up a tree. He is paralyzed with fear, so Khan orders him to come down. Obeying, Richter jumps. He hits the ground and breaks his ankle. Khan is horrified, but orders Richter to fight. Stay awake. Keep breathing. Then he proceeds to carry the young man back to camp. Speaking of which, we join Ursula and Mado in the med lab at the camp, and Mado is pregnant. Ursula's fertility treatments have worked, and the fetus seems strong and healthy. Into the lab wanders Paolo, a new character, I think. I don't remember him from before, to show Ursula that he has discovered a way to give near unlimited range to the scanners supplied by the Enterprise, maybe even out into space. Sure enough, he starts picking up EM frequencies that the computer says are emanating from the unstable core of SETI Alpha 6. We interrupt this foreshadowing as Ivan, Marla, Sylvana, and Erica return to camp carrying the body of Joachim. Joachim is beside himself with grief. Ivan relays the story of what happened, blaming Marla for the likely death of Richter, as she was the one who told everyone to sleep under the trees instead of by the campfire, where the SETI eels attacked them. So more anti-Marla discord is sown. Khan eventually returns to the camp with Richter, and they sedate the boy so they can examine him. Sylvana comes to the med bay to sit with Richter, and as she speaks to him lovingly, he regains consciousness. But he is still driven by Khan's order to fight, and proceeds to murder Sylvana. Ursula determines that Richter is likely a threat to everyone, and he won't survive exploratory brain surgery to see what's wrong with him. Since he will most likely die in any event, they say why not put him out of his misery and do an autopsy? What they find may help save the rest of the colony. Khan takes responsibility for this tragedy, and when Richter wakes up, Khan calls him a good lad, then proceeds to murder him. Khan challenges SETI Alpha 5 to do its worst. He will never surrender to this Eden turned hellhole. I guess it's looking worse and worse on SETI Alpha 5. Anyway,
It is.
that's the end of part 3. So
Woo! Great,
lots,
great
yeah,
one.
lots
You picked
happening
up on
here.
something I missed both times. I didn't know that she was murdered.
Sylvana?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he comes to and he remembers the order that Khan gave him to stay alive. Fight, fight, fight. See,
'Cause
the
he's
young
susceptible.
wrap their way around the cerebral cortex, rendering the victim to suggestion, right? Extremely susceptible to suggest. Anyway, I know it in my head, but every time I try to do it out loud, I do it wrong. But you all know the scene
Susceptible?
of susceptible to suggestion.
Yes. Two questions. This eel seems to be able to burrow in the ear and wrap around the brain and do the things. Does that mean that they evolved, to take advantage of other mammals with the same anatomy?
I had the same exact question. Great minds, my friend. Great thinking. It was really weird to me that you would have this indigenous life form, soon to be the only remaining indigenous life form on the planet, with this very specialized kind of, I don't know, niche. Like what it evolved to do this somehow.
Mhm.
So were there other people, like sapiens, Homo erectus, some kind of humanoid life on this planet that are no longer there because of the SETI eels? And if that's the case, where are all the corpses and how are the SETI eels still surviving if that's part of their ecosystem?
Yes, and I thought about this for a while, and this is what I came up with. This
Okay.
is my headcanon. This is why they have the wild knot boars, because they're a good analog for humanoids because of their setup. I mean, even now they're I think they just did a transplant of something that was successful uh, because they're so close to humans. So maybe the ears, the brain, you know.
So you're saying the SETI eels live in the boars?
I'm thinking, and maybe that's one of the reasons why the boars are so aggressive.
It's the boars. Okay, that was my John Luke Picard on SETI Alpha 5
It's the
impression.
boars.
Well, before we go unSETI bopping, reach out to us. Let us know what you think about what is the whole environment with the SETI eels. How
Yeah.
did they evolve? Does it make sense? Make it make sense to us. You can do so right here on the YouTube channel. Comment below, comment, like, subscribe, share, do that all. You can support us here on YouTube. You can also support us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Treksploration. There you'll find different member levels and different perks. A lot of exclusive content that we've been creating. After shows have been the latest. You can also get us on Blue Sky. That's at
Blue sky, smiling,
Treksploration.bluesky.social.
nothing but blue
Send us your
skies do I
photos,
see.
treksplorationpod@gmail.com. You can
Gretchen
also
did.
send us a letter there. Again, that's treksplorationpod@gmail.com. You can send me something into the P.O. Box, and I'll send it to Albie, P.O. Box 542, Bayport, New York, 11705. Show us the evolutionary timeline of the SETI eels on SETI Alpha 5. You can also support us using this one-time PayPal code that Albie's going to pop up right there. It's a QR code. Just scan it and give us some moolah. You can
Give
also
us your
go
money.
to Buy
Give
Me a
us your money.
Coffee. It's buymeacoffee.com/Treksploration. Is that how that works? I think
Something
that's how
like
that
that.
works, yeah.
Just
And
type it in and then
in
give us some money on everything that
so
comes up.
in so doing, you can become like our lifetime member, the Omnipotent
The
Willard.
omnipotent Willard.
He joins all of the other Trek Explorers, and so should you. Those include our cadets, Listen Linda, Cadet Rick Tatro, and Cadet Christian Daljo. Daljo, I think I'm saying it right. Daljo. We have our Lieutenant Commanders, Scott Seligman and Cosplay Ted, Cosplay Dad. Sorry, Cosplay Dad. I said it wrong. Cosplay Dad. And also our captain, Captain Charles from Texas.
Captain
Welcome,
Charles.
Captain Charles, to the bridge, everyone. Woo
Woo!
woo! Bosun's whistle. And free patrons as well. Everybody here on the YouTube channel that is liking, subscribing, sharing. We couldn't do it without you. We do it just for you. Actually, we kind of do it for ourselves, and we're happy that you're happy that we're doing it. So
Hype this video.
hype this video. Hype it. Hype it. And send us your photos. We'll put them in the credits.
Yes,
Albie
Christian
likes to do
Caroline.
that.
He was added a new picture, so that's awesome. He's in the credits of I think the last con that aired is the first one he's in. And
Right.
he's cool. He's in a Starfleet uniform, next gen, I think.
Yeah, I
Look
saw
like
it.
a cool like hoodie or something.
Yeah, it looks really
Look
groovy.
nice.
It's yeah, it
Yeah,
is like
groovy.
it's like the I guess the third season version
Yeah,
of the next gen uniform.
that
So
looks cool. And he was subscribed to members and Patreon, which is cool. Like I think he said he prefers Patreon now, so he's probably going to go in that direction, become a full cadet.
mhm.
And me, I like the membership for one reason because as far as I know, there's no real easy way to watch the like bonus shows and the all the extra stuff we do from Patreon, like on your big TV. So when you're a YouTube member, it's just right there on the YouTube app on the whatever smart device on your TV you have. So.
That's an interesting thing because I still rarely, if ever, watch YouTube on my TV. Now that I even have a TV that it's set up for, it's just not
Mm.
part of like my lexicon. Like because I'm an old and
Yes,
my
that's the only
wife,
reason.
my wife is equally old, but she watches that YouTube Premium on our TV all the time.
Me too.
You know,
That's my main.
I'm always watching it on my computer and on my phone. So
Mm. That's my main probably streaming service I watch is YouTube Premium. And I think they were saying the numbers, most people are getting their everything from YouTube now. So
wow. So we're part of everything.
yeah, so
I
we're
didn't know
there.
if we
We're
were
right
part of
there.
everything, but it turns out we are part of everything.
We are. We're right next to everything, as
So
always.
so what were your first impressions of this one, Albie? I know there's
I
a lot.
liked it. I didn't dislike it. I liked it. It was good. I was a little sad, of course, because all the death, and I was a little bit confused by the framing device in the framing device because I was like, whoa, we skipped a whole bunch. But it was cool that we started off in the, 3 months after Kirk's death, and with the tapes and the sounds,
Mhm,
and then they transitioned the sound from like tinny tape record
mhm.
to being there. So that was good. I like that transition. And I liked Khan doing it. And I was like, wow, we're far ahead. But I guess it's not really spoilers because we kind of know what's the stuff's going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah. But then I like that they went back to, what was it, 41 days from being stranded
something
there.
like that, yeah, and she's
Yeah.
cross-referencing, like, 3,650 days to 35
Yeah. A lot
days.
happens in that change. Was
Yeah.
that where he said it didn't rain for 15 years or something? I guess that's how many days that is.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I didn't sit to do the math because I was told there would be no math.
uh, I love math. Uh, And, what was it? I'm learning pre-algebra.
Well,
Any
that's good.
algebra I learned previously, I forgot. But now that, Serenity is learning algebra, I'm learning algebra again, so I'm
I'm
doing better
learning,
this time.
I'm learning my preschool calculus like, Elroy Jetson. So,
Yeah, you gotta have your calculus.
right, so
Yeah, the other question I had, they can scan and see SETI Alpha 6, but they can't scan inside the guy's brain with the worm?
I can retcon that
Okay,
because
thank you,
it's
please
not like
help.
a medical scanner, and he's not doing it for number 1, you're thinking in terms of, like,
Number 1.
pictures, you're thinking in
Yeah,
terms of but
three-D-ish.
what he's able to hear are electromagnetic pulses
Mhm.
that the computer determines are coming from an iron core, most likely Ceti Alpha 6. And I guess it presages the fact that the planet is somehow going through some kind of seismic activity or something, to which they say to Paolo, don't worry, whatever's happening over there is going to happen over the next 1,000 years. So it's
Or
really
millions.
nothing to concern us. So, yeah. So
But the thing is, with
little did
something
they
that
know.
takes a million years, eventually there comes that day where it explodes like in Superman.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've been reading Absolute Superman, which has a different version of that, and it's the
Oh.
Kryptonians really screwed themselves. It's really
Oh,
cool.
was it?
If anybody's not reading comics, the new here I got the latest. Oh, oh, oh. Absolute Superman. It's like kind of a retelling, and it's like pretty groovy. I think that's Jimmy, Lois, and Clark.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
What
but
Earth does that take place on?
a different Earth. What these Absolute series are is like they're reimagining the origin stories for all of their heroes. So there's an Absolute Wonder Woman, which I think is actually better than the Superman one. That's the one I'm enjoying the most.
So
Absolute
who
Green Lantern, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Martian Manhunter, which is the most depressing freaking book you've ever read.
Absolute
But
James Tiberius?
really cool. Absolute. So maybe we'll get maybe this is the absolute version of the Star Trek universe. SETI Alpha
Oh.
5
You
because
think
it's
this
so
is, in
depressing.
our normal, what we grew up on TOS, TNG universe? I think so.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, are you of the mind that many
I'm
people
of the body.
have yes, that too, Landry. With the Borg incursion into Earth's past in 2061, whatever it was.
On Enterprise?
Yeah, when they discover
That was a
the
good one.
the
Yep,
leftover Borg on Enterprise, everybody says
or
that the
First
timeline
Contact.
changed from that. Or it shifted from that, so maybe it explains why Disco is different, why Strange New Worlds is different, why I'm curious to know if you buy that because I used to say, "No, that's just baloney," but ever since that line, Strange New Worlds, when the Romulan agent said this was all supposed to happen in 1996, it kinda opens the window for anything goes.
I think it's actually, when Wallace Shawn left the super collider and, a wormhole formed and it just enveloped the whole Earth.
I'm not familiar.
Oh, that's young Sheldon.
I know, teasing.
Okay. Ah, but,
So, you don't
yeah,
have
Rennie was telling me all her theories that she heard or looked up, and because she's watched Young Sheldon all before, we're rewatching it, but she said that's where stuff starts getting weird, and that's where Stewart fails to save the universe is coming from and all that stuff.
I don't remember the Wallace Shawn bit with the super collider, so
Oh, well, you remember he got transferred or took a job there because he couldn't deal with, his relationship not working out with Connie.
mhm.
So, she's a Ghostbuster. We know a Ghostbuster. See, there's a connection. Um, and, it was, he did an interview and said that's a possibility, and which it is, but you don't wanna say that, right?
Oh, so he opened up a wormhole in the super collider and got sucked
Well
in?
well, he left, and then, a few days after he left, then a, wormhole opened up and swallowed the Earth and
Honestly, I
killed
have
them
no
all.
idea what you're talking about.
You never saw that episode?
I probably saw it, but I don't remember that. I don't
Oh,
remember that
but
happening at all.
like, they're examining, like, alternate timelines and stuff. It's a really good episode.
I
Anyway.
feel like you're avoiding my question about alternate timelines in Star Trek. Do you think we're
Yeah, I'll
seeing an
go with
alternate
that.
timeline, or would you
It's
even
definitely an
care?
alternate timeline. Disco Forward is different, and I'm okay with that because I mean, we got Tobey Maguire Superman, we got Andrew Garfield Superman,
Yeah.
we got, who's the new guy?
We have, the Tom Holland Superman.
Tom Holland. They're all
Mhm.
great, and,
We
what
have
we
the
grew up on, that was Nicholas Hammond,
right? That could be
right?
it could be the Christopher Reeve Spider-Man, and then you have
Exactly.
right, then you have the Henry Cavill Spider-Man.
Henry Cavill Spider-Man.
Right, uh-huh. So,
So and in other alternate universes, this might be all reversed. We don't know.
that could be true. That could be true, but that would be weird, and it just
But
wouldn't be right. I couldn't
it wouldn't
imagine
be right.
anybody but Henry Cavill playing Spider-Man at this point.
I did see, Tom Holland as Batman once. I did like that.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
trippy.
Yeah, he was singing something about an umbrella. That's all I remember. But, so it's doesn't make it better or worse, it just makes it different and another retelling of the story, and I'm okay with that. But I think when Enterprise aired its second to last episode, that was the last of the Star Trek we knew.
I
Everything
see.
else after that, it's a bunch of hooey, but I enjoy the hooey.
I enjoy the Hooey. That's, one of Rihanna's greatest hits, as opposed to Umbrella, which is one of Beyoncé's greatest hits.
Right,
Yes,
because Cowboy
yes.
Carter.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Exactly. See, you're picking up what I'm putting
Yeah,
up.
uh-huh, yeah. Gotcha.
Yep, you're picking
So,
down what I'm putting up.
yeah, something like that. I'm doing one of those things in response to that thing that you're doing.
So let's go through this episode. I think let's
Oh,
go through this episode.
this is weird. We're such nonsense that we're spewing.
How does it start out? Khan is telling what happened, and how many people did he say died at that point?
I don't know all of them.
A bunch. Yeah, a
I don't
lot.
I don't recall. We're talking about the 15-year after SETI Alpha 6 has exploded, laying
Yeah,
waste to everything, and, you know, he's talking about there's been no rain for 15 years. Like, how do you find water when there's no rain for I guess it was only the fact of his, superior genetic, engineering that allowed them to survive,
yeah,
or
and
something
he
like
was
that,
unable to find a blind melon.
I guess. Anyway, nobody is gonna understand any of these non sequiturs.
Eh,
Eh.
we're playing to our audience.
I
We're all
was
the
like say
same
I
here.
was gonna say, you're lucky that I'm familiar with, like, 3 songs from the '90s, and you just happen to be mentioning those.
Well, you have that one CD. This is what we call the '90s. 3 songs.
It was my Kate Sell special. I
Yep,
got it off of Channel 5 at, 2:30 in the
exactly.
morning.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
2
mean, I
payments of
think it's pretty
19.99.
cool for them to open up on the wasteland that SETI Alpha 5 has become and having Khan lament, because at this point you think Khan is going to be like that crazy the way he is in Wrath of Khan. But he still has that center that we got in episode 2, where they really did nothing but build these characters, try to give some sort of sympathetic backstory, some sort of point of view that is not just screaming revenge, which is really all we've ever seen of Khan, quite frankly.
Yeah.
He was much more interesting. I hate to say this, but it's the truth. Wrath of Khan's a good movie. It's the best Star
Mhm.
Trek movie, I think. That and probably The Borg. First Contact, Wrath
Yeah.
of Khan,
2
really
and
up
8.
there. Search for Spock's really great too. But
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
in that, all we get is just like sort of like the broad, big theatrical, oh, revenge Khan. Khan is so much more interesting in Space Seed. And I
Mhm.
think that they're really taking a page from that book to make this character more interesting and, quite frankly, more listenable and sustainable to cover like a 9-episode series without getting utterly sick of him right away.
Right. If he was just out to destroy the world over and over again.
Yeah, it would be too too clownish, too mustache twirly. So it's nice that even in this, when we see that he's at that point where the entire world has gone to crap and he has nothing to do but speak to the ghost. Oh my, I whistled when I said that. Speak to the ghost of Marla McGivers, um,
MacGyver's.
that he still has that center, that sort of more human center that the show is presenting him with. So I did like that. And I felt bad for him because he's just talking. He says, I'm speaking to your memory. At this point, she's already dead. So
So that's confirmed.
yeah, it's tragic. I mean, it's
Mhm.
as far as he knows, she's dead.
That's true. Or did she escape and fake her death? We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
He showed remorse in this episode too. Notice that.
Oh, so much
That was
remorse.
that
So
was
yeah. So
yeah,
we
that's
go
humanizing him, I think.
yeah, we go back, and I guess maybe this is where Lear's work is really worth it, because we're getting a side of this character that we haven't seen that maybe history should record. Maybe he's not the one-dimensional, two-dimensional monster slash villain that we all think he is. And I was more surprised with some of his character beats in this episode than I was in the previous episode. In the previous episode, in episode 2, he's still somewhat manipulative. Everything he does, of course, because he's Khan, is in service to Khan. So all of his grand speeches are to sway the populace in his favor. Everything that he says to Marla is calculated to some kind of end, because he's still thinking about empire. He's still thinking about building a legacy for himself and for his posterity. In this one, I think, is the first episode where we see him truly vulnerable.
What do you think is the point in this story, and are we there yet, where they realize they're not going to build a new world, that it's just about survival?
I think that we're in a point where everybody's realizing it more than he is. I think that we're at a point where everybody has always realized that, but he has had these grandiose visions, and he's saying this planet just keeps taking and taking and taking from him. As far as I can tell, they've only lost 2 people so far.
Hmm.
And you think that that would be tragic though it is, you'd think that that would be somewhat expected if you're going to start a society from scratch in the wilderness. It reminds me of the end of Ron Moore's Battlestar when they decide to junk all their technology and go native and start from scratch, and it's just like, "Yeah, you're all gonna die in about 7 weeks," you
Yeah.
know?
Oh no, I scratched my leg.
I mean,
You're
yeah,
dead.
yeah, you've lived on a spaceship your entire freaking life. What do you
Yeah.
know about, like, survivalist, training and wilderness survival? Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
so, I guess Khan has a more of a leg up on that, but I think that they're making SETI Alpha 5 almost a metaphor for the fact that he is going to be doomed to fail because the paradigm, that he represents in history was, like a failure point. Like, he should not have been part of our reality. Everything that he represents is a mistake of history. So therefore, for him to go on and try to build this glorious empire, is it predestined to fail because of the origins? Like the whole feet of clay, where's your foundation? And
Right.
I don't know if that is more of a metaphorical thing that they're doing to represent how everybody in the Star Trek universe feels about genetic engineering, or if it's just a good adventure story about man versus nature. Can it be both?
It can.
I I'm curious to see what else SETI Alpha 5 throws at them because he was rhapsodizing that it was such a paradise in this second episode. For him to make such a pivot in this episode
Pivot.
because
Pivot.
pivot,
Pivot.
just because it was the first actual adversity that they faced. He really did a 180 real quick.
Mhm.
Do you think that speaks to his irrationality, or is that seeds of his insanity coming out?
Might be some type of almost bipolar thing to where everything's going good his way, then he can be calm. But when his vision isn't precisely what he planned it to be, then he just loses it.
I like that because they did talk about that. Ursula talks about Khan's leadership style when they're on Earth, and they said something like, before he can ever admit failure to anything, he'll change his plan because if he exists, I think she called it the liminal space between failure and admitting defeat, you never really lose. So he is always justified in what he needs to do, again, pivoting. But it just struck me as him seeing all the potential of SETI Alpha 5 and then all of a sudden seeing it as this enemy that he needs to conquer instead of a paradise that he needs to claim.
I think they would have been successful had it not been for the problems with SETI Alpha 6. I think they would have conquered the wildlife eventually, figured out a way, you know.
Mm.
We're pretty good at changing our environment.
And what I'm see, this is where it gets weird because we all know where the story is going. And while I'm enjoying the getting to know you phase of Khan and SETI Alpha 5, how much do we need to spend watching them overcome or triumph over the adversity of the planet when we know that it's doomed to begin with? So is that just kind of like their version of wheel spinning just so that they can stretch the story out? Like, is at the end of the day, is there going to be a point? And it leads to a bigger question I have about this audio drama. As much as I'm loving it, and there's more to talk about, but it's a question that's been sort of brewing in my mind, and it's finally just bubbling to the surface now as we record. A lot of the stuff that we've discussed about Strange New Worlds, Jessie Gender helped me realize this when she was talking to us, with the Shayla That Ate Its Tail. I think
Mhm.
that's the one she was on with us.
I think so.
But, she had said that a lot of Star Trek now is so meta that it relies on your knowledge of Star Trek for you to get the show, for you to watch the show to like its complete. John Irons disagrees with that to some extent, but I think Jesse's right in the sense that Star Trek is so now concerned with itself that it relies on your knowledge of Star Trek to do Star Trek. And I feel like this audio drama could it stand on its own? I don't think it could. Like, if you didn't know Space Seed and you didn't know Wrath of Khan, is there any interest here? Is this just an exercise in, I think, like we said, maybe in the first episode, where this is like the Two Towers. We've already seen Fellowship of the Ring, we've already seen Return of the King, but we need that middle part. So,
Right.
as much as I'm enjoying it, is this necessary?
Uh, more Trek is always good Trek. I it's hard to Wrath of Khan and Space Seed are both imprinted in my brain. Like it's part of who I am. I need them. So I don't know if someone was to come with to this without any of that, would it be like a mystery or would it be like the framing device would be more open ended because they don't know what's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, and I mean, so I can't, because we're so steeped in all of
Yes.
this for the last, however, for our entire lives, quite
Yeah,
frankly.
basically.
Is there anyone out there that's just listening to this without knowledge of Space Seed or Wrath of Khan? And if you are, and you're watching us discuss this, please let us know, because I can't see this existing by itself. This is
Hmm.
not an independent. Space Seed is an episode unto itself. Wrath of Khan, all you have to know is that Khan is pissed at Kirk. They have that one little scene in the Botany Bay, and then it's
Botany Bay.
you're off to the
Botany
races, you know?
Bay. Hmm.
So Botany Bay. Um, I don't know if this one can claim its own stake like those
I
2
I
can.
I think that's okay though.
I'm not saying it's not okay, it's just something that struck me. It's
Mhm.
once again Trek relying on Trek to make more Trek, instead of striking out into new directions where anybody could hop on.
New directions. Um,
Is that a
um,
90s band?
yeah,
Is that on my K
sour cream.
that's on my K-tel favorites?
You might you might uh, laugh at it on the walk in the penny. Um, I think sour cream's amazing on a baked potato, but is it okay that you need it on something and it's not the best on its own?
That's the weirdest analogy I've ever heard, but it works.
Mhm.
Yeah,
This is the sour cream on the baked potato of Space Seed and Wrath of Khan, I think.
and if you just
Just gives it more flavor.
put a little onion mix in there, and then you got a dip.
Yeah, some
But then
scallions.
what do? You dip a potato chip in there, so it's still the potato. You can't get away from that freaking potato.
Yes. Well,
So in
I
this
have.
metaphor, Star Trek is the potato, right?
Right.
Okay.
Star Trek is the potato. Wrath of Khan might be the melted cheese, bacon, and chives. And
Oh,
then this is the sour cream.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it goes great together. And we can't really judge until we've heard it all. And when this comes out totally, or at least, when we're finished recording the episodes, I'm going to go back and listen to it all straight through and see if
Mm,
I feel differently about
yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, one thing that they are hanging their hat on, even though this is basically like a whole bunch of middle,
Mhm.
is fleshing out the characters. So
Yeah.
that's
They're
really,
doing good with that.
all they can do. Well, men's and
Who are,
men's.
who are they? Who are they missing?
I think they're doing great with Khan. They're doing
Mhm.
fantastic with Marla. I think that
Yeah.
they were doing good with the kids, Sylvana and Richter and poor
Richter. So Richter's dead, right?
Richter is dead. Well, Khan kills him.
Yep. Crackle, crackle.
Right. But the other characters are getting more and more cartoony to me, especially Ivan. Can we talk about Ivan?
Ivan.
I'm just it's like episode 3. and it's
Mhm.
only I think the second episode where he's heavily featured, and I'm already sick of the character. It's the
Mhm.
most cartoonish character in the series, and that's even including Lear, and I have problems with Lear too, but whenever Ivan comes on, it's to do exactly what you think the character is supposed to do, which is just to be arbitrary, to be confrontational, to be confrontational, to be mean, to just be a dick because he's a dick. So it's just like, how much more of this are we going to listen to? Are we going to have to watch as Ivan eventually supplants Khan? I'm just trying to know because they're doing so much good character work with Khan and Morla and sort of building that world and an emotional core to make you care about these characters that then you come in with is stereotypical heavy. Are you finding are you getting bumped by that or
Not as much. I'm kind of ignoring the parts that I'm not into and focusing on more of the parts I'm into. Are they building Ivan up as like a nemesis for Khan in the short term?
I don't know because he keeps on saying that Khan, there's nothing without Khan.
Mhm.
So is he eventually going to turn on Khan because he's an augment too?
And the power, they need the power.
Right? Why would he then have killed the other guy in the last episode if he didn't believe that Khan should be the unless he saw him as a threat to his own
Well,
ascendancy. That's the word.
ascendancy. I like
Yes.
that one. But I see Ivan maybe at some point realizing that Khan is not who he thinks he is, as Khan possibly the planet takes its toll on him and he becomes less sure of himself. Then Ivan might think the only way for them to survive is for him to become the leader.
That's interesting because we always get Allusions, allusions to their past on Earth and how every story they tell is in context of being at war. So it seems like Ivan's steadfast devotion, almost fanatical devotion to Khan, is based on Khan leading them into battle.
Right.
And perhaps seeing this more nuanced, emotional, vulnerable Khan will eventually turn Ivan off because this is not the Khan that he swore to follow.
Right. So as we're getting to know Khan and Khan is being more human, or at least humanized to us, and acting with more regret and humility, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, the humility is the biggest factor here, even though he's still really freaking megalomaniacal. I think
Somebody got word of the day
I'm trying.
vocabulary toilet paper.
No, no, that's just what's always in my head, man. English major. I
Okay.
got I got nothing else, Albie. Please let me keep this.
Okay.
Even if I can't say it out loud, right? I read it on paper and it's in
It's
my head.
not your fault. I wake you up in the middle of the night.
I'm a megalomaniac about my vocabulary.
Yes,
Ab
you have amazing
about the
vocabulary.
erudition of my vocabulary.
You have an extensive vocabulary.
I think that, maybe this is a con that's a little too human
Mm.
for this is all speculation.
Yeah.
Now we're in the what if territory here, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, in something that's so otherwise so well written, why would you have this very stereotypical character beat for this two-dimensional character that is just quite frankly not likable? He calls Morla Khan's pet bitch. It's
Yeah,
it's like
that was surprising to me.
yeah, and and threatens her with physical violence, actually
Mhm.
accosts her, doesn't just threaten her, and she has to tell him, "You take your hand off me or I'll ask Khan to remove it permanently." Like, at least Morla is taking advantage of the protection that Khan can offer her when she feels she needs it, because that's another thing here, and I found all that very disturbing, even though they're augments and they kill each other, that's what they do. Um,
There's gotta be a reason for Ivan to be here, so he's gonna do something eventually,
r
like, it's gonna come to a head.
right, is he gonna kill Morla? I wonder what's gonna
Oh,
happen with that,
if he
maybe
does, he's done.
blame it on the eel?
Well, oh, yeah, 'cause he did say, "Including my beautiful wife."
Right,
How
right.
many members of its crew? Something, a lot, but large
Yeah.
number.
Yeah, I don't recall, but, so it speaks to another story beat that's kinda making me I don't know, it's been a few months since they're
Yeah,
ousted,
41
or
days.
41
That's
days.
where we're at.
Yeah, so about a month, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And Marla is still not accepted by the majority of the community, even though Connor's the creator. They still don't see her as an acceptable. I don't
Mhm.
know if it's a mate or just she just is not worthy of being in their community. Why, especially like if you think of Ursula and Mado, who are having finally some luck with carrying a baby to term,
Yeah,
seemingly the
hopefully.
fertility problem might be solved. They might be, and Marla was instrumental in helping them sort of figure that out, saying, "This is
Mhm.
what this does. This is what this does." Even in a cursory thing, you'd think that they would be grateful, but instead, they're just well, Ursula anyway. I think Mado is on the fence. I don't think she cares, but Ursula is in her own way as bad as Ivan, who I just want to call Boris. Let's just call him Boris from now on. With Moose and Squirrel.
Yep, yep.
So I don't know if I'm going to be able to take much more of this othering of Marla just for drama's sake, because that's what it seems like to me. It seems like they're just doing this to generate some kind of drama.
Conflict. And I think they're gonna take that beat later on in this because I think we got 9 episodes, so at least before she dies, before she's killed, she'll be accepted by everyone, I think.
Do you
So we
see?
just gotta get there.
And I'm wondering if someone is going to somehow off her because they see her as inferior and or a threat, maybe both, maybe a threat to Khan in the sense making him a little bit too soft or something.
Yeah, I love that moment where he was talking to Marla in this episode.
Refresh my memory on that.
Who was he? Wasn't he talking to Marla and saying about, he had no ulterior motives?
Yes, when he comes back from his 2-day run,
Yeah,
apparently he
and he
ran
didn't
all
sleep.
the way back. He didn't sleep for
Yep.
2 days. That's another thing that we'll talk about this in a second. But yeah, you're right. So he's in his tent, I guess, and Marla just she goes to visit him and he's like, "Please stay. I have no ulterior motives. I just want you with me." And she's like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
of course." I'd say even if you did have ulterior motives. So they're getting
Mhm.
closer, I guess, because they're
Yeah.
getting to know each
I'm
other.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, that's a nice continuity from the last episode where
Yeah.
they had their hearts to heart and they had a new basis for understanding one another. So there is a core of trust there now, or at least a core of understanding that can become
Mhm.
trust that might become love. So that's good. This is a pet peeve that Laura pointed out to me. I wrote it into one of my books once. I think it was my not foreknowledge. It was into my paradox script where people in the hospital are just like, "Oh, I'm so
Oh,
tired.
yeah.
I'm working night shift. Oh, you need to get a cup of coffee." And Laura's just like, "You've never worked nights, have you?" And I said, "Well, I've stayed up all night." And she's like, You know what? You're exhausted. And it's not like you're just going to get a cup of coffee at rally." And 80% of this episode was people saying, "You need to go to sleep. You should go to sleep and get some rest. You're no good without rest. We need you rest." No, no, I won't sleep until that to me has become such a cliche. That is just like filler writing bull. And I was very surprised to see it. And maybe I'm just primed to notice it now
Mm.
because it's something that Laura showed me is kind of nonsense. It's kind of like when I noticed that, like sick kid equals supervillain, therefore they're justified.
Yeah.
We've seen that origin story for many supervillains, and I think
Yeah.
that's lazy too. When I see stuff like this, it just and maybe because the caliber of the writing is so good in so many places that this is the episode where it's starting to feel samey, samey. I don't know. It's starting to feel like what you'd expect instead of
Yeah.
instead of surprising me. It's just like, okay, we have the two-dimensional heavy. Okay, we have the conversation about you're not a god, you need to sleep. No, no, I won't sleep. It's we've seen that in almost every single show of all time, I feel like. So
Mhm.
is that's when I said I had a little bit of more of an issue with this episode than the previous episodes. How about you? Like what bumped you about this one? Because it seems like you were of the same mind.
the sleep thing didn't bump me, and I know I said earlier I'm looking at it like an audiobook, but I think in that part where was it Marla that says, "Khan didn't sleep and neither will I," and,
No, I think it was Ursula that said that.
was it Ursula
Yeah,
who
it was
said that?
Ursula, yeah.
Okay, Ursula said that, and I thought that was just like we're watching a TV show and this is the act break of the 3rd act break,
Mm.
basically,
But I feel
in an
like
episode. They needed something to end
yeah,
on.
I feel like that's sort of like stock dialogue.
Yeah,
That's a way to put it. It took me a
there
while
you
to
go,
get
stock.
there, but it's very stock dialogue to me. So I've been so impressed with the depth of the character in this up until this point where really it stands out when you hear stuff that is just kind of reverting back to what every other show does all the time. So
Mhm.
maybe that's is that damning with faint praise or praising with faint dams? I don't know.
I want to talk about after the break. I want to talk about a couple more things, including the wind chimes on Marlowe's door.
Sure.
But we'll do that when we get back. So we'll talk about that and so much more on Star Trek Con audio drama episode 3 after the break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to
So,
Treksploration. I'm Albie, and
and
we're
I'm
on Earth
Chris.
823, and
Oh,
we're talking Star
823.
Trek Con. Yeah, exactly. Earth 823. I don't know if you saw that.
Screw
That was
you.
established in
Screw
one of
you.
our
We're
previous.
Earth 1. You're Earth 823.
Exactly.
Right.
We're talking more about Star Trek Con audio drama episode 3. Do your worst. What was the wind
Do your
chimes about? Is that
worst.
because she's afraid of everybody else, or afraid of Khan, or just in general because pterodactyls be flying down?
I think the wind chimes had dual, maybe triple. Maybe
I
maybe
knew
maybe
you
tr-
would know.
maybe
That's why I
truel.
waited to ask you. I'm so excited.
Maybe dual, maybe truel meaning.
Troll.
Truel. Uh First of all, I saw it as maybe her hanging that what do you got there? You're holding Albie's holding up a cup for those listening
Oh,
on the
one of the new
podcast feed.
Halloween Zach cups.
Oh, I see. Again, you were talking about that with Allison too.
Yeah. And I got
This
some Gilmore Girls Zach cups,
I have
but
no
they're
idea what a Zach
small.
cup is. I mean,
It's
so
just a sippy cup for grown-ups. But
gotcha.
I got some Gilmore Girl ones, which I was excited about. Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
wind chimes.
Wind chimes. So, um, I think that obviously, maybe this was where the Paolo thing came in. Oh,
Paolo.
I found this coil.
That's from Friends,
It,
right? Paolo?
it and not everything is from Friends. Knock it
Mm.
off with the freaking Friends. Nobody cares about Friends. It doesn't hold up. I
What?
said it. I said it. It doesn't hold up.
Well, maybe I'm stuck back there, so it does.
It's not a good show.
How do I end this conversation? What does it say? End session for all?
So
Comment
Paolo,
down below that
yeah,
Chris is
comment.
wrong.
Yeah, yeah, huh? Tell me when I'm right. Anyway, even though I was making the pivot joke earlier,
Pivot!
pivot. I think that they did the wind chime again. So number one, as a vehicle for them to find the coil to get the tech that makes the scanners. Obviously, the scraps of metal I think are from the communicator that Khan
Ah, okay.
crushed.
Mhm.
So it had a plot reason. And oh, we have now foreshadowing about SETI Alpha 6 and all that. And we can now scan up into the heavens. Maybe they're going to look for a ship or something. Who knows? So it's a practical reason there. I think metaphorically, I think that Marla is using it for a reminder of how things can go bad with Khan. And if they do, you might be in danger. You
Mm.
better maybe temper your expectations. And if you're going to explore and commit to trying to start some kind of relationship with this guy, do it with your eyes open. And what better way than to have a physical representation reminder of the violence that he's capable of the intolerance and sort of the he just my way or the highway and taking any chance of maybe them ever getting rescued from this planet away from her and away from the colony because of his ego. So
Mm.
he's emotional, he's getting more vulnerable, he's interesting, but he's still not a very good guy. He's still a dangerous kind of guy. So I think that that is part of why she keeps it there. And then, as you said, maybe the practical thing.
Hmm.
They alluded to the fact, I think it was Mado that said, "You're very smart to hang this here while Khan's not here because you'll be able to hear if someone's coming up behind you."
Mhm.
So it speaks to her alienation from the colony. So I think that's a very involved wind chime is all I'm thinking. How about you?
Yeah, I was like, I knew she was like either keeping it up as a reminder or a literal warning system, but I didn't know against who, you know? So now that you've explained that, I think that makes it better for me.
I mean, that's the way I saw it because it seemed like a
Mhm.
very odd choice for them to make, uh, wind chime. And what is Paolo doing, like, rooting around in her quarters?
Mm.
I guess there ain't no locks on Storybox here, huh? So, it's
So
that's
maybe
kinda
that's another
scummy,
thing.
huh?
Yeah. So Paolo's the tech expert on the show, maybe.
And I guess a klepto because they have to remind him to ask people to borrow their stuff instead of just going to take it?
Well, aren't they all criminals, Captain? A product of the late 20th century genetic engineering.
I guess, but Paolo was just liberated from a genetic engineering camp? Lab?
Mm.
Right?
Well, anybody could be a criminal if you change the laws enough, right?
I suppose,
Yeah, you have coffee in the morning, you're going to jail.
right? You made a
So let's
joke
talk.
on TV?
And that's it.
Yeah.
Not even. Anyway, so how do you say that?
Sylvana.
Silvana. Thank you so much. I get names, names, right? Silvana. Um, let's talk about her. Her arc. It's over now, right?
It must have been love, but it's
But it's
over
over
now.
now. Must been love, but we lost
I
Sylvania
don't
somehow.
know if I want to
Silvana.
feel anything for Sylvana. She was a jerk to Marla because she saw Marla as inferior
Right.
in the last episode. So now they're humanizing her. I think it's just so that you feel bad for Richter and what he does unthinkingly. I don't know if I bought like that whole "let's build a boat and sail away, just you and me." Blah, blah. It reminiscent of Arium, reminiscent of Nurse Gamble. I'm
Mhm.
getting to know you now. I'm seeing a different side of you, a more likable side, more human side, just so we feel bad that you're going to die in 5 minutes.
This baby. Let's talk about this baby.
What do you, what?
The baby,
Oh,
the the
the
heartbeat.
Umbria. Yeah,
Yeah.
doomed.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if the planet, turns into a desert and all. But is this our framing device woman mystery?
Oh, the baby?
Yeah, it could be.
You'd
So
think,
far as we know, it's the only baby, right? So far. Potential baby.
yeah, but there are still like other survivors from the colony.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, the kids that, Khan raised apparently even after City Alpha 6 blew up.
Yeah, cuz how many of his people go into Star Trek 2? It's quite a bit, right?
I don't remember,
20
man.
20
There's like
something-ish?
4 extras on the bridge, and they've taken over the entire ship somehow, wearing rags and headbands and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Khan, we were talking earlier about he like changes his plan as it goes, so he doesn't fail. And I think what he said something about I will make sure this planet burns to the ground or something
before it defeats him.
before it defeats him,
Yeah,
which
so
it does. I mean, there's nothing left when
does
Chekhov
it
gets there.
does it really? Because he's still alive when they find him,
Hmm.
so he's still fighting. There's nothing he can do to change the weather or anything like that, but again, if it hasn't rained there in 15 years, how are they all still alive? 15
Where's
years
the
is a long
water?
time with no water.
Did the seas dry up? Did they
I
did they
I
did
got
they
it
start to? collect water as they saw things were drying up?
I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. And maybe the baby is going to be a metaphor for, I would not be surprised if they lose that baby somewhere along the way
Yeah.
as a metaphor for empire dashed. I would not like to see that because you don't want to see children in peril or,
Yeah.
you know, but
Where does the water go? Like, if it doesn't rain, the atmosphere can only hold so much. It's not going to bleed out of the atmosphere, right?
yeah, but can it become because it's barely breathable air, so much grit, so
Mm,
much silt, so much so does the water still potable? It
that's
doesn't have to
true.
go anywhere, it just has to turn bad.
Oh, yeah. Mm,
So, do they have the what are those water purification tablets,
yeah.
you know?
You might run out of those.
Yeah.
Might need more salt
I
tablets.
wonder if they have a blue light that they can put over the water to purify it, right? If it works on your
Might work.
skin, why wouldn't it work on the water?
Yeah, it might work. They could build a still, right?
I guess. I guess, so
Yeah,
then they'd be like MASH 4077.
exactly.
Uh-huh. So then they have the martinis, and you could probably do a drive-through.
That'd be funny if his whole planet's dead, his wife was murdered by these eels, but they go in there and he's drinking martinis, and he's just like, "Smiles, everyone, smiles."
I don't know where he found the slowberries, but he did. So,
All
this
right, before we give our final thoughts and ratings, do we have any things to do?
well, I wanna talk about Lear before we do anything else.
Oh, let's do that. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, other thing that bumped me, and it's been bumping me since episode 1, what is Lear's problem? No matter what, so the framing device to me makes no sense.
Okay.
She's got all of the archives. She's got everything. It's the hundreds. We got hundreds of tapes. They pull them off as why does she need to remain in orbit around SETI Alpha 5 for 5 months to catalog this stuff? Why can't they transport her to like a library station or something like that where she can study and then maybe go back to SETI Alpha 5 after the fact? After she's pieced together this exhaustive history. What is the axe that she has to grind?
She is on SETI Alpha 5. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah,
Why
they're in
can't they
orbit
just
around.
transport the whole room up to a cargo bay,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, maybe okay, so maybe you could call this a heritage site in a way, so you don't want to screw with it, you don't wanna
Yes,
ruin it,
I can understand that.
it's an archaeological,
Yeah, but
of
take the tapes.
significance. Take
Take
the
the tapes.
so that makes no sense to me why she feels like she needs to stay at SETI Alpha 5. And will they kinda retcon, will they figure that out and give you a reason why she's so adamant? But that
I
does
have a reason.
okay, what do you think?
Because story, she's gonna get a SETI Alpha eel in her ear.
Okay, but she's back up on the ship.
Oh, is she now? She's not down there
No,
anymore.
no, no, they're on the ship in
And she
orbit.
goes down and plays the tapes.
No, no, she's playing the tapes on the ship, so why does the
Then
ship
why are
have
they
to
in
be
orbit?
I don't know. She's like, "We have to
Damn
stay
it.
for 5 months," and Tuvok's like, "No, you got 5 days. You got 5 days, sister." And she's
That
like,
doesn't
"No,
make
that's
sense
not
in my
enough
brain.
time." It makes
Did
no,
we
it makes
both miss something?
absolutely no sense. No, if we yeah, I thi then we yeah, then we both missed it. If we have someone tell us down below what we're missing.
I don't
Um,
know. In my head, I pictured her in this dusty
no, no.
room from like oh, what's that Marvel show with
Did you listen to the beginning?
wow on it? Huh?
Did you listen to the beginning of this?
Yes, like 4 times.
They're on the Excelsior. She's like, "What is that sound?" Captain Sulu
Right.
has the shields turned all the way down. We're in
Oh,
a
yes, she
micrometeor
was.
shower.
Yes,
He
and I
likes the
love that,
sound of
by
the
the way,
falling rain.
because I love the sound of rain.
Okay, so even that, and then she's bitching about that, and she's just like, "Oh, I asked for an excuse. I asked for a reason. All I get is heavy lies the crown of on the head of."
Mm,
And it's just like, why are you such a jerk? It's like, why is everything with you a fight?
'cause she's an augment.
I don't know. She needs to augment her voice acting. I can tell you that.
I think that was the part that bumped me a little bit was her voice acting there was too early 21st century.
I think her voice acting is just not the greatest. I think that
Eh,
and I hate to say this, I don't like to criticize people's performances. I know they work hard. I know, but that's kind of what we do here. And
we
if
don't
you're
know
going,
the whole story yet, though.
but if you're going to talk about things that bump you, it's the voice acting
Yeah.
of
I'm
Rosalind Lear.
I'm willing to give it a pass so far, like, it is bumpy, but let's see where it goes.
Okay. Understood, understood.
Because they might be planting stuff in there for people to subconsciously know stuff, and since we're, like, overanalyzing it, we might consciously know stuff.
Alright. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure somebody listening understood what you just said. I'm not one of them. I'm just too busy thinking about Rosalind
Uh
Lear and how she distracts me.
Well, luckily, she's not in it that much right now, so
Yeah, mercifully, mercifully.
yeah, it was Khan it was Khan looking at his own tapes, I think, this time.
Just give me more Naveen Andrews, give
Yeah.
me more Wrenchman.
He is a great Khan. I would love to see him as a live action Khan.
Yeah, I think he'd, nail it no matter
I wonder if the
what medium
casting
they
was
give him.
done with that in mind, like, way long ago, and they just moved it over to audio drama. I don't know how
Could
that
be.
happened behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
that'd be an interesting thing to hear. Maybe once everything is released, maybe they'll be able to talk more about the behind the scenes and the process. Again, there is an interview on Truck Movie that I didn't read with Naveen Andrews where he talks about humanizing Khan and bringing the character to life in his own way.
Mm.
So maybe we'll read that before we review episode 4.
That sounds like a great
Yeah,
idea.
and then maybe we can talk about that too, and a little bit, and actually bring this question out with a little bit more context and
Yeah.
to the benefit of the
And Ren
audience.
looks like a good MacGyvers.
MacGyver's, yeah.
Yeah, she's got the ginger thing going on. I like that.
I don't even think Albie knew my name before we came down to the slanting part. Anyway,
And Margot, your name's Margot.
right, you're Margot. You're
I
Mar
like Margot. I even like old lady Margot.
you're Margot and you're
That's
a
how much I
traitor.
like Margot. I was like,
Oh,
you don't have to sleep in that office. I got an extra room.
she's gotta sleep in that office because she's doing the 9 to
Yes.
5 thing,
Yep.
you know? She's Dolly Parton. So,
Reviewing all the tapes.
reviewing all the tapes, selling out all the secrets. I don't know.
Exactly. Hi, Bob.
Hi,
Just
Bob.
got that one tape with that one episode on it.
And it burned up.
Yeah. It's
Spoilers.
good they memorized it.
Good thing.
It's good. Was it Jack? What's his last name?
Who are we talking about?
The guy who got obsessed with Bob Newhart, and then he got killed by John Cena
I don't know.
Jr. Jack something Jr.
I have no idea what you're talking. Are you talking about For All Mankind?
For all mankind,
You're talking about
Peacemaker.
Gordo?
Yeah,
He didn't get killed by
Gordo.
he got killed by the moon.
No. Anyway, John
Gordo and
Cena.
Tracy. John
Maybe
Cena's
I'm confused.
Peacemaker. I'm so
Right,
confused.
and he stabbed him through the heart, right?
Oh, well, that's no, I was thinking Gordo. You're thinking of
Oh,
Ed.
Ed. That's the
Yeah,
one I'm thinking of.
Ed, who played Rick Flag.
Yeah. Didn't he get obsessed with the episode? I thought he
No, it
did.
was Gordo that did because
Was it
he
Gordo?
was going moon mad.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. He
I got to
was like
rewatch before the new season. When's the new season?
always coming, never soon.
Yes,
That's
that
pretty
one.
much the mantra over there. It's coming, just don't
It's
expect it
coming.
anytime soon.
Yep, and then
So
we'll watch it all.
so yeah, no, you're confusing Ed with Gordo.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Okay, who's asking who what?
Oh, I don't know.
I think
What's your favorite? Who's your episode crush?
gotta be MacGyver's. Ren
MacGyver's,
Schmidt. Yep,
Ren Schmidt. My
gotta be the
episode crush is mm, murdery Richter.
Richter. He's dead.
You'll be
What was your
dead.
favorite part of the episode?
Hang on, something just worked itself loose from my teeth. I hope it hasn't been there the whole time. Anyway,
I'll blur it out the whole time. It'd just be a blur.
please don't. I want it to be a giant distraction because people won't be able to look away and they'll watch the
Okay,
video all the way
perfect.
through.
Perfect. And they'll watch it again. Now
Right.
they got to go back to the beginning and see.
Right. So,
Okay, now that you're caught up, we'll start again from here.
all right. Uh, favorite part of the
Favorite part of the
episode
episode.
is when Richter kills Sylvana and when Khan kills Richter. I really liked the way this episode ended. I thought it was that was very unexpected to
murder.
me. Yeah, lot
Lot of
of murdering, lot of murder. Is this a trend? Every episode so far has ended with murder.
Hmm. Well, I guess they all got to die, right? Pretty much most of them. I
Your
find it
favorite part of
weird
the
that
episode?
didn't she say oh yeah, he wasn't going to survive. Richter wasn't going to survive, so they might as well just kill him to do an autopsy. They're not Starfleet, and I got to remember that. They're not going to try to save him no matter what. They're just like, okay, but still, it took an emotional toll on Khan, I think.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But is Richter's death and the death of Joaquin and even the death of, Boris or whoever the other guy was, I forget his name,
Sylvia,
the one
Sylvana,
that Ivan pushed off the cliff, and Sylvana
Ivan, yeah,
too.
no,
Khan sees their death as tragic, but is it because it signals that he has failed personally? Is their death does his death mean any does their death mean anything more to him than self-recrimination? Does he really feel the loss of them as individuals, or is he lamenting the fact that the planet is beating him because
the
he's
second
not
one,
able to protect them? So again, are
that he's
we
not powerful enough for his plan to work out.
right? So
Yes,
it's not that it's
it's
lost
not
for
the
loss
loss
of
of the individual.
right. It because it reflects badly. It's failure.
Well, just that fate has other plans than him,
Hmm.
and it's pissing him off, I think.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, what is your favorite part of the episode then? Would it be the
Mm, I liked the wind chimes. I liked the baby, because we've been hoping that they would somehow find a way to maybe have a baby. So I like the beginnings of the baby,
okay, all right,
and I'm
and
intrigued. Who is this person gonna be if
hmm,
if they survive? So
okay,
that's something I'm waiting to find out. So I'm intrigued.
baby ex
Uh,
machina,
I don't think there was
Chekhov's fetus.
Chekhov's fetus. I like it. Uh, there's I don't think there was a 47, was there?
I think they were 47 little pitter patters of micrometeors on the hull of the Excelsior. That's what I think.
I like that. And that's funny that he ordered the shields to be like taken down to minimum when he could just like, play rain sounds.
Yeah, that again, a little affected. I think, like even the shields are the shields.
Yeah.
So even if they're at minimum, the micrometers are going to get through and start pitting the hull if you're going to be able to hear it reverberate on the hull. So
Oh,
to me, that makes no sense at all. We have to ask our cadet Rick Tatro, he's the
yeah,
ship
he
wonk.
would know.
He would know.
He would know.
Rick, tell us how they
We need
tech
to
to
get him
tech.
back on. We got to finish that DS9 game soon.
We'll never finish it soon. We won't finish it
Well,
quickly
we
anyway.
got to move
Yeah,
forward in it
we
anyway.
can move forward soon, but we won't finish it quickly.
Yeah.
If history is any guide,
Maybe we just all three watch somebody else beat the thing.
could be. Yeah.
That's almost as close. That's another thing. We got Tuvok again in this episode.
Yeah, yeah, Tim gets on. He answers the comm a little bit quick, but
Hmm. I was scared that they were just going to be like in the first episode and last episode. So at least he's peppered in here somewhere.
I'm guessing George is gonna show up as well. Also,
Hmm.
heard an interesting and, compelling interview with George on the
Oh
Trek
my.
Files. It's the season premiere of the Trek Files, a friend of the show, Dr. Trek,
Nice.
Larry
Dr.
Nemechek.
Trek, Larry Nemechek.
He spoke to George about, I think, the 60th anniversary or thereabouts of Where No Man Has Gone Before, which was the second
Yeah.
pilot, which is the one that I asked George about at, the con, which where he shut me down. So,
Yeah.
a story for another day, but, go listen to the Trek Files, interesting after you're done listening to this. Very
Yes.
interesting take on that first episode of Star Trek.
Which we need to get into some TOS. I'm feeling some TOS-y vibes.
Toss, 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 toss.
Maybe some TAS-y
Do you think
vibes.
there could be TAS? Ooh, do we have
Mm,
future plans? Let's save that for the end.
maybe.
Let's
Maybe.
maybe.
We'll
Trivia
see.
time, trivia time. Did I
Trivia
ask
time. I
you or
think you're
did you
asking
ask
me because
me?
I finally asked you last time.
Okay, because it's been a while since, I
It's been
feel
a
like
while.
I've been asking all the questions, but
You're the trivia master when John Irons isn't here. The
uh,
beautiful John Irons.
alrighty, are you ready? Because I
I'm
got you
ready.
for
You
3
got me for three
questions.
questions.
3 questions.
Three questions.
What was Deep Space Nine known as during the Cardassian occupation?
Terok Nor.
Terok Nor. Wait, I got the wrong hat on. Hang on. All right.
You put a hat on a hat. I love it.
What warrior race? You got one. You're 1 for
Got
1.
one. Got two more to go.
What warrior race made its first appearance in the original series episode Errand of Mercy?
Romulans?
I was gonna say because I knew you would know, but you're pretending you don't know.
I'm pretending I don't know.
And, which Klingon was it? It was Klingons.
Oh, yes,
But
yes, yes.
specifically, which Klingon was it?
Was it Martok?
It was not Martok.
Was it, Koloth?
You got 2 more original series that you can go for.
Was it Kern?
No.
No, that's Worf's brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not original series.
It wasn't Kahless, because he hasn't been regenerated yet.
Well, he did appear in The Savage Curtain,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
and he can also change his
Spock!
voice.
Spock! I'm Abraham Lincoln Spock. Um, it was Clag.
Oh, that's on surprise. It was Core,
That's it. I knew it was a K word, definitely a
played
K
by I
word.
believe it's John Calicos that played Core.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I
he
gotta
so
watch that one again.
John Calicos essentially invented Klingons as we know them,
I
because
gotta
it was
watch that one again.
choices that he made in that role that informed much of the way Klingons have been portrayed,
I
so
haven't seen that episode in probably 5 years. This is crazy.
so you're 1 for 2.
1 for 2. I got you got me for 3
I got
questions.
you
I
for
got
3.
1 right. I got 1 wrong.
You're gonna know this one, though.
This one I might
You're
know.
gonna know this one.
Klingons!
What former Saturday Night Live star appeared in the Next Generation episode The Outrageous O'Connor as a holodeck comedian?
Who is Joe Piscopo?
Yes, and I love that Joe Piscopo is on that because you can literally see the flop sweat pouring down his face in that episode. It is hilarious. He's not, but it is.
It is.
Yeah, wow. I
Yeah, it
mean,
was supposed to be Jerry Lewis. That's who they wrote it for. That would have been better, I think.
Jerry Lewis was like 106 at that point and not funny at all.
It might have been better than Joe Piscopo.
I think I would have been better than Joe Piscopo.
I think he was working on that, clown movie that hasn't come out yet.
Shakes the Clown. No, that was Bobcat. Bobcat might have
The
been better.
Ooh, Shakes the Clown was good. I watched that about 7 years ago.
I don't think
I
I've
might
ever
rewatch
seen it. I
it.
just know of it.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's worth the watch. It's worth the
Okay.
watch.
All right.
All right,
I'll keep it in
final
mind.
thoughts and ratings on Khan
Final thoughts and
season
ratings.
3. No, season 1, episode 3. I'll go first.
Okay.
My final thoughts was it's good. It's okay. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna keep listening. Nothing special. Um, I kind of like that they're doing different time jumps, but it's a little confusing to me because again, I'm face blind for this audio drama. I know Khan and I know MacGyver's when they're on. That's who I know, but everybody else I don't know what they look like. So, but I'm gonna give it out of 5. I'm gonna give it 3 heartbeats.
3 heartbeats. Okay. Strong.
Yeah,
Oh,
strong heartbeats.
oh, he is an
Because
augment.
they're an augment. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I have a better appreciation of this episode
Mhm.
as we've discussed it, since we've discussed it, because I'm looking at Khan. He's almost like too much of a pussycat here. Like he's a little too centered and giving. And it's after we discussed the wind chime thing and after we discussed some of his maybe motivations, but not even his reactions to what's going on. I don't know that he cares about these people as much as he cares about his ego. So,
Mm.
as soft as he's appearing, as measured and reasoned as he's appearing, I still feel like he could be a ticking time bomb. And I think that could go in very interesting places, especially now that, we've humanized him to a degree, to see that erode, to see how Naveen handles that, because he's been walking a great line so far. So I'm very intrigued to see how we get from this version of Khan and the character that he's becoming to the character that we know is just completely obsessed with revenge and Kirk. I don't think he's there yet, but I feel like we're planted the space seeds to see that blossom. You see what I did there, don't you? So
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 3.5 broken ankles out of
Mm.
5.
Why would you do that? Why would you jump out of a tree like that?
So we want to know what you out there in YouTube land and podcast land, I guess, think about this episode of Con. To do so, you can do so right here, youtube.com/@Treksploration. Tell us below what you think of this episode. Did it bump you? Did you like it? Is it the best one yet? Let us
Could
know.
be.
And you can also support the show on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Treksploration. You can support it here by becoming a YouTube member. You can follow us on Blue Sky. That's at
Blue skies, fine.
Treksploration.bluesky.social.
Nothing but
Send
blue
us an
skies
email with
that I see.
your lengthy theories on how con goes from here and gets to there at treksplorationpod@gmail.com. You can send us anything you'd like in the P.O. Box, P.O. Box 542, Bayport, New York 11705. And you can support the show in a one-time manner. You can do so by scanning this QR code that Albie's popping up. And you can also go to buymeacoffee.com/Treksploration. Do so, please. Anything you do to support our show, we greatly appreciate. You can like, subscribe, share, hype. Tell everybody
Hype.
you know in the Trekosphere about Treksploration.
Share.
Let's
It's kind of tacky if I
grow.
share the link everywhere.
Yes.
You got to share the link for us.
Share the link for us and help us grow our intrepid crew of Trek explorers. Become
So there will be
one.
even more people listen
Right.
to us next time.
The Enterprise D is a big, big ship. We need a lot
about
of
the
people
D.
to fill it.
All
Lot
about
of
the
people
D.
to fill it. So just remember, any comments that you send, any feedback that you give us, not only will be appreciated, but may appear on a future episode of Treksploration. Speaking of, Albie, what is our next episode?
Ooh, it is episode 4, Magical Thinking.
Ooh, is that an augment
What could that
prerogative?
mean?
What is that?
What could that be about? Magical thinking. I'm thinking they're all getting high on eels in their ears.
Oh, see, I'm thinking that they're going to beat this planet by making vision boards. And they're just going to put everything on the vision board so that manifests into reality, because that's the way the world works, apparently.
Well, that's the secret, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I think they're also going to have a weekly book club, and they're going to read the Celestine Prophecy
Mhm.
and Men Are for Mars, Women Are for Venus.
I edited that guy,
And of course, Moby Dick.
Moby Dick. Call me Ishmael.
Call me Conmail.
So here's what I think. I think magical thinking. I think Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan never happened. I think it's all in Khan's head.
So they're not really on SETI Alpha 5. They're on Talos 4.
Possibly. No, he
Ah.
just ate some weird mushrooms.
I'm telling you, it's and the mushrooms are so, and really, it's just the head trip of Spock mind melding with the nebula in the animated series.
Listen to me.
Speaking of which,
Listen to
we have.
me.
Are we going to try something? We have an experiment coming
I
up.
think we're gonna try something.
All right, what are you thinking?
Okay. It's probably not this one. We're gonna do the first episode though. I don't know which one it is.
Is this going to
I don't
be?
have my glasses on.
So it's going to be a new weekly,
Well,
or what do you? What do we
semi-weekly,
think?
as weekly as we can. We're gonna go through and watch
No,
the animated
no.
series.
As boldly as we can.
We must boldly go.
Not as weekly, as boldly.
There's something that's missing from the world now that we had growing up. Do you remember Saturday morning cartoons?
I lived for Saturday morning cartoons. Are you kidding me?
As well as I
Yes.
did. I think we need to bring that back.
All right.
I think we need to watch Star Trek the Animated Series from beginning to end, all 22 episodes, Bente Dos, every Saturday morning with our cereal, with our pajamas, with our bedhead.
Is it going to be like a
With a-
live watch along kind of deal?
I'm still trying to figure out
All right.
the deets.
All right.
If you have ideas for deets, let us know down below.
Give us your deets. Not Lydia
Yep.
Deets, but details.
I think since, I am in my extremely late 30s now, so I would just wake up in the morning, even when I don't want to.
This
It's crazy.
This is something weird, viewers and listeners out there. I have never, ever heard from Albie before 2:00 in the afternoon until about
Never.
4 weeks ago. He's
Yes.
he's texting me at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm like, "How are you up? What
I
have you
just wake up.
What have you done with Albie?"
I don't know. It's weird. I just wake up and I go, well, I guess I'm old now. This sucks. But I figured what better way to enjoy that day and try to combat my age than regressing into my childhood and enjoying Star Trek the animated series on Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, I think that that would be a fun thing to do because the
Right.
animated series slaps. It's really good. I used that
It's
right,
really
right?
good.
I used that right?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
yeah.
so. Yeah, that's gnarly,
To put
I
it in
think.
to
Yeah.
put it in Long Island '80s slang,
Yeah.
man, that's mint.
So, I think most of our audiences are Gen Xers, and I think they're gonna wanna do that with us too. So get your pajamas ready, get your breakfast cereal ready. It might not be Fruity Pebbles as we had back then, it might be more like Fiber One now, but you gotta do what you gotta do,
Yeah, yeah. Listen,
right?
just because we wanna act young, our colons have, different agendas.
I picture you with a hard-boiled egg in one of those stands going tap, 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 tap,
Well,
tap, tap,
that
tap, tap,
remains
tap.
to be seen. Everybody will have to tune in to see what culinary delights. I feel like this might turn into the Jean-Luc Beverly Breakfast Club
It
more
might
than
be. I
the
just want
animated
coffee and
series.
croissant.
Uh-huh.
Coffee and croissant.
Yeah, coffee, hard roll,
Yeah, so,
simple.
Saturday morning cartoons, we'll give it a try. Coming soon
Coming
to a
soon.
Treksploration near you.
Yes.
And coming soon for our members is the after show. We might have a little bit more to talk about, and I might have a different opinion about this episode.
Uh-oh.
And, did you happen to watch Peacemaker episode was it 5 now? 4? What is it?
5. They're already on 5,
Ooh,
believe it or
we
not.
might have something to talk about in
Mhm.
our members only after show.
Yep, 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 and premieres of other shows too this week, so
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
couple things.
Uh, so for Treksploration, I'm Albie,
And I'm Chris
and we'll see you next time.
on Set the Alpha 5.
This is City Alpha 5!
Who can it be now? Who can it be now? I can't get to sleep. I think about the complications. I'm diving in too deep, especially at night. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain.